Welcome to the Success with Jewelry podcast, where we invite you inside our conversations about business success and marketing for jewelry designers and entrepreneurs.
We're Liz and Laryssa, jewelry marketing experts with a combined 16 years of experience in jewelry marketing and proven track records in helping jewelry brands meet their goals. When you listen to or watch this podcast, you get an intimate and exclusive peek behind the curtain of all the things you wish you could know about earning success in this industry.
Welcome to episode 28. In this episode, Liz and I will be talking about content marketing and how your jewelry brand can leverage it successfully. More specifically, what's content marketing? How is it different from other types of marketing you're doing? What are the common types of content marketing? And how do you know that content marketing is right for your business? We also want to tell you about our insider community. When you join for only $20 a month, you'll have access to extended episodes. The extended version of this one is so jam-packed with stuff you're not going to hear from like any other marketing person in a really honest and straightforward way, full of tips you can start implementing and further resources about every topic we discuss. To get access to that content, visit successwithjewelry.com. All right, Liz, let's get into it.
Yes, I'm excited to talk about this because we mentioned it briefly last week and we didn't share too many details, but there are so many details to share.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think that a lot of designers don't really take this on because it's a long game and it can be a lot of work, but it will make your life easier and it will make your marketing stronger. So first, let's answer the question, what is content marketing?
Sure. So content marketing is when you create content with a strategy and a goal behind it. So that goal can be to acquire new customers, nurture relationships with your existing customers, to drive sales, or any other business goals that you have. And it's important to kind of think of the difference between just like a casual content creator who's just like making stuff for the sake of making it versus a content marketer or business using content marketing is they are using it with a strategy. They have a goal. They want people to take a certain action from that content. So the content is very clearly designed to have people do something with it.
So rather than just posting a ring that you feel like posting, you're posting this ring because it's a piece in a new collection that you're launching, and your content for the next 2 weeks is all about this new collection. And your goal is to drive people to your website to shop this collection you've just created.
Exactly.
So the difference is just like really like just creating on a whim and then having like a real strategy and real goals behind it. And it's an organic type of marketing. So it's not advertising. You're not putting money behind it, although you can, and that could be beneficial, but you're earning your customers' attention through sharing valuable content.
Exactly. And the other thing that's really important to know about content marketing may not be relevant to like a startup or like a brand new business who's just trying to get brand awareness, but someone who's already like a little bit into the business, they already have like some customers, they have repeat customers. The content that you make can cater to people at every stage. So you're always going to have these newbies to your brand or people who haven't even discovered you yet and they want to discover you. You're going to have the people who know about you but haven't made a purchase. You're going to have the people who have purchased from you who either are repeat customers or they need a reason to come back. And your content can kind of like serve all of those people in different ways.
And essentially, it's really like guiding all of your marketing to be in alignment, which we've talked about before. But with content marketing, you're kind of doing this to the extreme. So maybe your website is, your website's the hub, and this is what's really telling the story. And then you're using these channels like social media and email marketing to distribute the information.
Exactly. Yes. And so Liz mentioned at the beginning, this is a long game. It kind of requires that extra effort and investment, but you're kind of like front loading your marketing then. Yeah, it's a long game, but it's going to make everything else easier. And if you want to be in business for a long time, if you're serious about it, then this is a serious way of marketing.
Right. And it's content marketing isn't something that you think about as like, this is social media. I'm creating content for social media. Content marketing is something, it's like a concept, an idea, it's photos, it's the story, it's the copy, and it's distributing it through all of your channels and all of those channels working together.
Yes, because as we had mentioned, social media is rented land. It's not on your own platform. You want to have your content on a place that you own, that you can see the behavior of, that you can collect people's information, like through an email sign up. Social media should be distributing that content, creating alignment, and then ultimately getting them either on your email or back to your website.
And how frequently do you click from somebody's social media to their website and it's not talking about the same thing that is they're talking about in their email or their social media? And it's like, okay, well, where's this thing that I was looking for?
Terrible.
And all the time I'm doing that. I share this example because I love espork pottery, and I just want to give something for people to kind of latch onto a little bit, because content marketing is a little bit conceptual and I think that's hard, but they're launching a new color right now. So when you're on their email list, when you're on their social media, when you're on their website, it's all talking about their new colors. So all of these things are working together, and that is content marketing. Their goal is for people to get excited about and shop these new colors.
I was just Googling them while you were talking because I wanted to see if the thing I see on their website is matches what you're saying. And the little header on the top says preview our new spring seasonals. And then it has the palette and it's showing some of those colors you're talking about. So you are in alignment with the
They are
website.
doing a great job. And they're also having fun with their content, because it's like just such a whimsical photo shoot. Um, it's such a whimsical photo shoot, and it's fun. And people do care about what you have to say, especially when you're telling a story and especially when you're creating content that's, unique and engaging.
Totally. I think too many business owners are so hung up on checking the boxes. Like, think about you're hanging out with a friend, a new friend. Okay. So you don't know them that well. And would you rather hang out with someone who's like, I have this list of things that we should do today. Let's go through this list together and that will be our day. Or let's have an adventure. Let's just drive to this place, see what happens, and have fun. Like, who would you rather hang out with?
Definitely the latter.
Yeah. So don't be the marketing. That's the first one.
Yeah. And I feel like there's a lot of people out there. Sorry, we're going off the rails here a little bit, but I feel like there's a lot of coaches out there who are saying, like, do these things, check these boxes, and you will see success. And it's not like that. Yes, there's best practices. Yes, this concept of content marketing is something to think about it. But within it, don't be copying people and don't be doing what you think you should be doing, because, as much as we look to Tiffany and Co for best practices and things like that, we don't want to be doing what they're doing. We want to be sharing our own story in a unique way that's really authentic to us.
Yeah, I agree. I think most coaches are doing that, what you said, because the opposite of that, what we're recommending is hard work. It's not easy. You have to dig deep. You have to know your customer. But the reason that we're saying that to you and not telling you checklists is because we know you're smart and better than that and that you can figure it out. So we're just trying to empower you to do that.
Yes, definitely. You've got this. So let's get back to it. What are the common types of content marketing?
Yes. Blogs, quizzes, or other like quiz-like interactive content, product page info and product descriptions, about page content. I know you have something to say
I
about
have so many
product
things to say.
description.
Sorry. About page, I feel like people just get bios and slap them on their website and never touch them again. And this drives me nuts. Your about page is about you and about your brand. And this needs to be a through line in all of your marketing. So you need to share the story that you're saying on your about page in everything else you're doing.
Yeah, and maybe thinking about ways to bring that about page to life a little bit, make it a little bit more multimedia instead of just your like CV or whatever. Can you put a video on there? Can you put like a visual timeline that shows like the evolution of the brand? Can you put some like mood board stuff that kind of shows what the brand's inspired by? Like, bring it to life a little bit.
Yeah, let me see your sketches. Let me see your bench. Let me hear your love story. I want to know all of it.
Love that. Also, gift guides, style guides, PDF downloads that either share information or give inspiration or talk about your materials or your process. Videos, like we're just saying, bringing things to life through video. Audio is great way to kind of like supplement or bring something to life. Printed materials like postcards or trifold mailers, catalogs, and also infographics, which are just like visual ways to represent a concept. So if you don't like writing, if you find it's boring when you try to explain something, can you take what you want to explain and make it visual? That will be more engaging anyway.
Yeah, some great brands have icons too to kind of help tell the story that they're trying to tell, especially when they're talking about sustainability or terms and conditions that like is a little bit boring. Sometimes they have an info or like a little icon to help.
Absolutely.
So, how do you know that content marketing is right for your business?
Well, I already know that it's right for everyone listening.
You love content marketing.
But if you're doubtful, let me ask you this. Are you sick of the algorithms and being a slave to them?
Yes.
Yes. So then you want to move toward content marketing because you'll have more control over how you're sharing the story and you'll have more control about like the feedback that you're getting.
Yes, just to circle back to this Eastwork pottery example, because they launched their new color, they were gearing up for that on social media. They actually even had a Spotify playlist that they launched, and they were like, guess what the colors are going to be? And so all of their content was like getting me excited for this launch. So when the email hit my inbox, I was ready for it. I was excited for it. And that's content marketing. That's their goal, is to get me looking at these new colors and thinking about which ones I'm going to purchase to add to my pottery collection.
I love the idea of like the Spotify playlist or something supplemental that someone wouldn't expect, but that still is like alignment with the story that you want to tell.
Yes, but I also wanted to share that example because I was paying attention on social media to them. And I feel like we're always talking about recently, like the low engagement, how people don't necessarily care. And maybe I wasn't liking their posts or commenting on their posts, but I saw them and their email reinforced what they were saying there. So all of these things working together will give you, to Laryssa's point, more control over what you're putting out there and how people see it.
Yes. Content marketing is also a really great way to help you grow your email list, especially if you're treating content as like a currency that you're giving in exchange for someone's information, which no one should take lightly. Like for someone to give you their email address, you should treat that as like a monetary exchange almost. So what are you going to give back? If you're not giving back anything, go figure that out right now because you shouldn't expect people to just sign up for your email address because the box or the form exists there.
Yeah, and the 10% discount is not enough. You need to be giving them good content, storytelling, behind the scenes, preview. You need to give them that, give your email list that. Also, something that content marketing is great for is enriching your brand identity. Um, we all need to get clear on what our brand is because brands will survive, and we need to communicate it. We need to tell our story. We need to be authentic about how we're telling our story. So having thinking about content marketing and thinking about what you're saying in more holistically will be really helpful to drive that point of your brand home for your customers.
And the content will just bring so much richness to it. And yeah, it's a long game, but if you start right now and you keep at it and you're consistent with it, 5 years from now, you will be amazed at how much all that work you put in kind of added all of these layers of like nuance and interestingness to your brand, almost like if you're marinating something. The longer you kind of let it sit and develop, the better it's going to taste for your customers. So start now. Yeah, that's intimidating to think out that far, but you're going to be in business anyway. You're going to be doing the marketing. You're going to continue to be frustrated by social media. So do something that's actually like an investment in the future.
Yes, because even if somebody's invested in your brand now, they're going to keep getting more invested. And that's what content marketing does.
Yeah. And also, if you're at a stage, you might think, oh, PR is the magic bullet, or I just need to spend on ads. Well, first of all, I can promise you there's no magic bullet, and those things are very expensive and often cost prohibitive for startups. So, if you're not able to do that, content marketing is a good way to kind of help you ramp up to the point where you're ready. And not only from like a customer acquisition slash nurturing perspective. But when you get to the point that you're ready for PR, you'll already have a rich brand that will only set you up for more success for that next stage. So, what have you done with content marketing in the past? Are you open to trying it? Let us know. You can visit successwithjewelry.com to sign up for the extended episode, as well as exclusive content and access to me and Liz. You can ask us any questions you have. Thanks so much for listening.